Good morning, children. Today we are here to study Unit 6 Structure of Atom. As we have completed this particular chapter from 10th class, we are going to do examination revision, how this particular question paper would be. Already we have studied, we know clearly that how the examination pattern would be. In first chapter, as I am explaining chemical bonding, I have given clear clarity how the paper would be. Part A consisting of 35 marks, part B consisting of 5 marks. Within part A, first bit consisting of very short questions, 7 questions will be asked, 7 marks. Second bit consisting of short questions, 6 questions will be asked, each one carrying 2 marks, 12 marks. Essay questions will be asked, 4 questions we have to attempt out of 8 questions. 4 fours are 16 marks. Total of this particular is 35 plus 5 will give us the paper will be of 14 marks, it will be there. Among all these particular things within this one, which we will play a vital role here means what? Essay type questions will be play a vital role. Why means 8 questions will be given there itself. He will be giving 8 questions. Means what? 8 questions will be asked from different topics of chapter. Different topics of a chapter. As we are revising 8 questions from different topics of a chapter, Unit 6, if you are taking it as nothing but what? From chapter called as Unit 6, maximum 90% of syllabi can be get covered from this particular chapter. What are those questions can we expect? First question is nothing but what? We can go in for what? Bohr atomic model. Bohr atomic model based upon hydrogen spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum means what? Single electron spectrum and its limitations. If you study this particular one, we can clearly identify. Already in 9th class, we have studied clearly about Bohr atomic model based upon hydrogen spectrum, how it will be get variant and what are the limitations. If you study this particular one, we can easily attempt 4 marks question. Second one is what? What are the characteristics of? What are the characteristics of electromagnetic wave? Electromagnetic wave, and write down those characteristics based upon diagrammatically. Write down those characteristics. If we ask, that question could be for 4 marks, we can give it up. And after this one, how these electromagnetic waves forms, first bit will be what of this one, second bit will be what, how electromagnetic waves can form a electromagnetic spectrum. This would be a second question of 4 marks. So that what happened there itself, what is meant by wave nature of light, we can understand. We have to study that particular one. By using that particular electromagnetic waves of different frequency, different wavelength and different energies clubbing together, it forms in the form of electromagnetic spectrum. That is, within this electromagnetic spectrum, visible spectrum can be there. Simultaneously, invisible spectrum can also be get obtained. Together, we can cover the particular topics from these questions. So that easily we can get how many marks? 4 plus 4, 8 marks can be attained clearly. Next one is what? Third question. What is third question? We can give it a Bohr-Sommerfeld. Bohr-Sommerfeld atomic model, elliptical atomic model it is. It is an atomic model of what? Elliptical. How? Based upon what? Bohr discovered one number. What is that number? Principal quantum number. Sommerfeld discovered one number. What is that number? Azimuthal quantum number. We'll discuss about those two things in quantum numbers. And this azimuthal quantum number, depending upon principal quantum number, different elliptical orbits can be get obtained. If L is equal to 1, L is equal to 0. Means what? No subshell. If I take L is equal to 2, L is equal to 0 and 1. S orbital as well as P orbital. 2 subshells. In that particular way, the total phenomena diagrammatically, if we are explaining it up, diagrammatically, if we are explaining the concept, is that question would be asked for 4-mark question there itself. Last time in pre-finals of 10th class, they asked this particular question there. How it can be get helpful for us? If you had clarity regarding this particular topic, easily you can attend the question based upon this particular Bohr-Sommerfeld atomic model. Later on, one more question is there, that is fourth question is what? Quantum mechanical theory of atomic model. This quantum mechanical theory of atomic model came into what? By what's coordinate wave equation. Already I explained. Maxwell Planck has discovered this particular thing based from this only atomic orbitals. Atomic orbitals came into exist, and that particular theory can be asked for 4 marks question. How many marks question there? 4 mark question. Is what? Quantum numbers. What are quantum numbers? Principal quantum number will be represented by L. What is azimuthal quantum number represented by L? Principal quantum number will be represented by N, small n. Azimuthal quantum number represented by what? Small l. And magnetic quantum number will be represented by what? ML. And spin quantum number will be represented with what? MS. From this particular, write a short notes on quantum numbers directly. For 4 marks, we will ask them. What are quantum numbers and how many types of quantum numbers are there? That particular thing, if you are doing it, we can easily attend 4 mark question can be obtained there. That is regarding the thing, we can give it up. 6th one is what? Electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. What is meant by electronic configuration? And on what principles? What are the principles? If I go for principles, what are those principles? First principle is Pauli exclusive principle, we can give it up. Second one is what? Abuse principle, we can give it up. Third one is what? Hun's rule. From these Hun's rule, from these particular principles or rules, electronic configuration of different elements. We can easily arrange electrons into that particular one. These are principles, if you study it up, easily you can attempt a 4 mark question. A 4 mark question can be written there. 6th one is that one. 7th one, if I am going it up, we are having activity 2. As well as activity 2 is existing there itself, which gives information about what? Line spectra. How a line spectra can be get obtained based upon activity 2. This is with diagrammatically. Diagrammatically representing this what? For 4 marks question we can ask this particular question also there. That is 7th one. 8th one is nothing but what? Activity 3. What does this activity 3 consisting of? He asked different elements. Electronic configuration of 20 elements is given in textbook, but I have explained for 30 elements. I have explained for how many elements there? 30 elements I have explained. Those 30 elements electronic configuration. If we are well familiar with that one, from that one, he may ask for directly what is the electronic configuration of chromium. Main things are nothing but what? Chromium. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 4p6. Then afterwards what is this one? Chromium atomic number. Electronic configuration of chromium is what? And what is the electronic configuration of cuprum? In that particular way, there is a little bit variation in electronic configuration of these elements. He may ask for 1 mark, which would be after 20 elements only. These are after. Chromium is what? Chromium atomic number as well as cuprum atomic number is after 28th element only. But in our textbook, he has given up to 20 elements. Those 20 elements belongs to S block elements as well as P block elements. If you are concentrating up to 20 elements only, easily you can get it up. All the electronic configuration from hydrogen to calcium. If we are well familiar, easily from those things 1 or 2 marks you can get it up. 4 marks easily you can get it up. For 1 mark you may ask, for 2 marks you may ask. Directly for 4 elements electronic configuration if we ask, we can easily attempt that particular one. So that 8 different topics I have taken here itself from the textbook, from this particular chapter. 8 different topics I have collected. 8 different topics I have collected. These 8 different topics will be added in 4 marks question. That means for each and every question there will be internal choice. There will be internal choice. Therefore, 4 2s are 8. From that 8 questions, we have to attempt only for 50% choice will be get existing. So, if you study these all topics, 8 topics, easily 90% of the chapter would be get covered. 90% of chapter will be get covered. And what are topics not yet covered here? Just you analyze it up, just you go to the textbook after seeing these 8 topics. For 1 mark or 2 marks, a small topics may be get existing it up. So that easily you can complete it up. We have to prepare in such a way that for examination, whenever we are reading a chapter, we have to keep in our mind that I am preparing for annual examination from this chapter only. So that even means what 40 marks paper I have to sort out from this particular chapter. If I do that particular work, if you will do that particular work, if you are thinking that if I may do this particular work, easily a single question cannot be get missed up. 100% you can attempt all the questions which are existing within this chapter based upon the preparation for examination. 90 to 95% of 90 to 95% of whole chapter can be get covered here only. From these topics only objectives can be appear. From these topics only single mark, 1 mark questions can be get appear, and from this only 2 marks question also to some extent 50 to 60% we can cover 1 mark questions, 2 marks questions as well as objectives remaining 20%, remaining 40%, remaining topics if you concentrate it up you cannot lose a single mark. So prepare for exam in such a way children, as we are having exam on next coming class, when there will be when our class is going to be get appear. Till that time, try to analyze all the topics, all the videos what we have seen previously of unit 6 of structure of atom. Try to analyze all the things so that you can write exam, you can attempt all the questions from the particular chapter and easily you can get good marks. Thank you, children.